It was November 15, 1927. Arnold Schwassmann and Arthur Wachmann at the Hamburg Observatory in Berkedorf, Germany, were scanning the night sky when something caught their attention. Through their photographic plates, they spotted what would become known as Comet 29P Schwassmann-Wachmann, a discovery that seemed routine at that time but would go on to baffle scientists for nearly a century. The comet was an outburst when they first found it, shining at magnitude 13. Little did they know they had just discovered one of the most mysterious and violent objects in our solar system. Years later, in 1931, astronomers found precovery images dating back to March 4, 1902, showing this exact same comet at 12th magnitude, meaning this thing had been exploding long before anyone was even watching. Now, here's what you need to understand about the story. Back then, and even today, most people think of comets as these gentle, predictable visitors. The images, those beautiful icy wanderers that grace our skies with elegant tails, following orderly paths around the sun. We've been taught that comets are essentially dirty snowballs that heat up, release some gas, and put on a nice light show before fading away. But 29P? This comet had other plans entirely. For decades after its discovery, astronomers kept noticing something strange. While other comets would have become one outburst during their entire orbit, 29P was exploding over and over again. Not just occasionally. We're talking about more than 7 major eruptions every single year. And I mean violent eruptions. That would make the comet 300 times brighter in just hours. You might be thinking, okay, so it's a bit more active than other comets. What's the big deal? Well, here's where this story takes a turn that would blow your mind. Just last November, nearly 100 years after discovery, the cosmic troublemaker had 4 major eruptions in less than 48 hours. 4 explosions so powerful that they could be seen from millions of miles away. That's when scientists realized they weren't dealing with a normal comet at all. The breakthrough came when researchers stopped trying to fit 29P in the traditional comet playbook and started looking at it with fresh eyes. What they discovered sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but the evidence is undeniable. Multiple independent research teams have been tracking this object, analyzing its 57-day rotational period, measuring the exact composition of its explosive eruptions, and mapping when and how these outbursts occur. The data reveal something extraordinary. 29P isn't just a comet having bad days. It's actually a cosmic volcano erupting with a process called cryovolcanism, essentially cold volcanism using ice instead of molten rock. Think about this for a moment. We have an object that's been masquerading as a regular comet for nearly a century, but it's actually operating like a volcano in the frozen depths of the space. The comet builds up pressure beneath a hardened crust, gets superheated by solar radiation in all the wrong ways because of its unusually slow rotation, and then boom, explodes with such force that it lights up the sky. Here's the kicker. If we miss this for 100 years with 29P, how many other comets out there are actually cosmic volcanoes waiting to surprise us?